Well, hello people, how you all doing? I noticed we monk just stopped there, so I just thought I'd put one up to see if everybody fancied a wee yabber for half an hour. I'll wait till you come in. This has just been an off the cuff kind of thing, guys. Normally I don't go live during the day. Normally it's at night once I finish work, but hey ho, I thought I would maybe just do it this morning. I've got an hour to myself, so I thought I would just stick one up. I was wanting to talk about my life the other night there, and there were a lot of reasons. I was trying to take my channel differently a wee bit. I've always wanted to have a bit of discourse, and a place where people can sit and gab and whatnot else. But I wanted it to be about, I wanted it to have a reason. I wanted it to have a thing, a purpose rather than just a roasting channel or whatnot else. So that's why I decided, maybe something different. And the other night there, kind of, it was the epitome of what I was looking for. It was good discourse, good talking to good people, nice people. You know what I mean? Weigh opinions ourselves and whatnot else. We've all got questions. How we doing, Sean, pal? It's good to see you. We've all got questions about religion, and it doesn't mean to say that we're all right. It doesn't mean to say that I'm right. I can only put out any knowledge that I have. You know what I mean? My religion, the faith that I followed for so long, was flawed in many, 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 many ways, and that's why I took a step back. And I would rather call myself a Christian now. I don't call myself a Protestant. I call myself a Christian. And as I say, I feel religion in its. Hiya, Joanne, darling. I feel religion within itself. There's so many constraints in religion. I feel that it's boxed in, and it boxes you in to certain things. So that's what the other night there was kind of about. I know it went there organically, but it was a really good live, and I just wanted to thank everybody who came in. The amount of people that actually came in, was actually quite shocking. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was good to see, yourself. Listen, I'm no different from anybody else. I like my certain amount of drama. Let's be honest. I think we all do like a wee bit of drama, but there's a time and a place. But as I've got older, I just seem to want to. What could I say? I just seem to want to find knowledgeable things. Yes, Banter, 100%, bro. I prefer knowledge or any. I would rather sit and listen to somebody who can actually teach me things, and actually, I could learn something. And listen, this side of YouTube is full of those type of people. I feel that they're being harnessed by the silliness at times. And listen, it's completely up to you. It's completely up to you as people what you want to do and what you want to portray yourselves as. That's your choice. It's just my choice. I mean, there is a hell of a lot of intelligent people on here. But what I've also noticed is there's a hell of a lot of people who think they're intelligent people on here. I'm probably one of them. But I just, the other night there kind of made me realise, you know what I mean, that there is actually people here, because I'll be honest, I was getting a bit saddened over the last wee while, because it just seemed that any time a big channel went live, you know, it was hanging. But the other night there was a couple of channels live, and I still kept a certain band of people, you know, and it was really good. It was absolutely brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's kind of changed my mindset to what today to this now as well, because I genuinely thought, I still do believe drama is the way to gain subs and have people watching you, but I'm not about that. I try my damnedest to stay away from drama. I don't want to have drama. If people come and put it on my toes and it was all lies, I will retort, but I'm not going to get in a shouting match with somebody. And see, if they get in a shouting match, that's when you know somebody's broke my temper. But anyway, how is everybody? How is your week? How has your week been? I can only assume most of you will be on holiday till Tuesday, because I know I am. Wait, I'll stick a link out to see if anybody fancies coming up. He's more than welcome. There we go. It kind of changed my mindset, man, to think, you know, that there actually is people out here that don't want that. They'll sit and watch a bit of drama and that, man, but mostly they just want a bit of retort themselves. They just want a wee bit of people to sit and talk to, you know, and talk about real issues. No wonder, Banner. No wonder, mate. It's I think attention seekers is a very lightly used phrase to certain people on here, Banter, pal. But each to their own, you know what I mean? Each to their own. We're all in here for, everybody's got a different reason, a different reason for being on here, you know. Me personally, I wanted to try and interact with people and possibly meet people what similar minded. But Banter, you enjoy your time with your grandkids, mate. I've got a wee grandson as well. I've not seen him in a couple of weeks right now, but I've got a wee grandson too. He's a wee cracker. He's got an Italian name. But he's beautiful. He's a wee cracker. But I have noticed that, Banter, exactly what you're saying. Attention seekers, there's this narrative that you need to keep, if you're attacked, you need to keep attacking back. And in my way, it seems to be a bit like trying to save face. I mean, there is a strong community. There is a strong amount of people on here that does see the bullshit, right? Some is just don't. How are we doing, Gav, my pal? Some is just don't want the bother that comes along with calling shit out. You know what I mean? We all know what it is. We all see it. It's everywhere. But rather than bring all that bullshit to yourself, we just would rather just go to the places that we find. You know, I'm just glad that how we doing, Frosty, mate? It's good to see you, my pal. It's definitely good to see you, Frosty, mate. I've not seen you in a wee while, mate. I came into your live the other night there, pal, but you must not have seen me, mate. I just want to know. I hope you're well, mate. I hope everything's maybe I'm being a bit personal here with saying this, mate, but I genuinely do hope that everyone's starting to go on a better path for you, bro. You definitely are one of the guys on here I could say that's definitely worth more, Frosty. You know? No, you you never need to apologise to me, Frosty, mate. You've always spoke to me and talked to me the way I like. How we doing, Daniel, bro? Good to see you. You know, and the way I see it is oh, they're Joker. Joker, are you going to get me wound up today? No, definitely. How we doing, Toddy, bro? Good to see you again, my pal. Aye, but getting back to what I was talking about there, we've all got our own. We've all got our own thing we like to watch, and as I said, they're not one who's can say that we don't enjoy a wee bit of drama, you know. Because saying that you don't, it's just horseshit, man. You know yourselves. We all like a wee bit of drama, but where I am in life now, man, I would prefer to, as I said earlier, learn and speak to like-minded people, you know, and trying to have a wee bit of discourse with them, you know. I mean, you're our Gavin. Gareth, listen, pal, I noticed you sent me that link, mate. I'm definitely going to get that sorted, Gav. Definitely going to get it sorted, Gav. And we can, I'm looking forward to coming up and spending a wee bit more time with you, Gav. And we can have a dance and a fucking fall about for a while. What I'll do is I'll go and get the ticket dealt with later on and get it paid, and that gives me something to look forward to in November, mate. So how's your weekend been then, guys? Well, sorry, it's not even the weekend yet, it's just the start of the weekend. See, I've been off, I finished up on Wednesday night, so I've had a couple of days rest. My good lady, she's away with my wee princess, so I've got a wee 45 minutes to spare, and that's how I jumped on. If anybody else wants to jump up, he's more than welcome for a gabba. I'll listen to anybody. I'll sit and talk. Gav, mate, you know the script with me, Gav, mate. That's what I'm about, Gav, mate. I love to meet new people. I love to fucking sit and integrate with new people and hear their stories and hear their hang with life, you know what I mean? Because like always, I've got a story, mate, you know what I mean? But good people is what I try and yearn for, mate, to become more entrenched with good people, you know. Banter. Sean, listen, pal, it was good to see you again, mate. As I said, mate, it's good to have you in here, pal. I've always enjoyed your insight, and I've always been respectful, and you have gave me the same back 10 times, pal. So as I say, I can only thank you, Sean, but you know you're always welcome here, pal. You'll always get a cup of tea at my door. Anyway, so maybe anybody any plans this weekend? Well, I was actually supposed to be going somewhere, but we've had to hit the brakes on it. We've hit the brakes on it for one reason or another. Well, life has put the brakes on it. But yeah, I've got to try and get away. It's been a wee while since I've had a proper holiday, you know. I'm going to start trying to play some music on this day. I'll need to get some technical support for some of my friends on here. You know, I've got a lot of stuff and that I need to put on here, like backgrounds and got my own kind of video set up and all that. Made Pablo Escobar. He made me a kind of intro kind of thing, and it's absolutely cracking, man. I don't know if any's have seen it, but it's on my channel. I'm going to get that incorporated into it, and I'm going to try and get it all properly sorted and do a bit of learning myself on to do different things on this, because I would like to do some reviewing as well. I would like to review certain things. I've actually, hi Alicia, darling. It's good to see you, darling. I hope you and your sister are doing very well, pal. To the nice people. But there is something I've been teetering on, guys, man, and I don't know my views. If you think it's a good idea or not, I would like to get your opinions, but I was actually thinking it was actually something that the General had done. And I actually thought, that's actually quite a good idea. It's raw, but I thought that you could come up and ask any question you want, and I'll answer. You know, and I did. I said that's actually quite a good premise, you know, and it doesn't matter which. It's all well, pal. All well, Alicia. Yeah. I've always thought that sometimes the truth is too much, but I think it's got a good premise, like, you know, it's got a good way of moving forward, but sometimes people can't handle the truth. But I'm seriously considering it. I'm definitely seriously considering it, because there's a very, very minute amount of people on here that I could say that I don't hate anybody on here, you know. Hate's a very strong word in my vocabulary. I dislike some people. I dislike what they're for, but I don't hate, you know. But that is something that I would like to do, would be to do a ask any question kind of thing. But I would like to incorporate a wee bit of music. So listen, guys, see if you've got any ideas or anything at all, stick them in the chat. And we can try and build something different here, you know. But it would be good. It'd be good to hear your feedback, guys. If you've got any, if you want to have any feedback. Yeah. But I thought I would just stick one up for a wee half hour to see how people are doing and stuff like that. I think somebody else has just went live. Wait, I'll check. Sorry about that, guys. Alicia, it gets too much in, doesn't it? It really does. It gets too much. You need to have there is need for a wee place where you can just sit and talk about everything else apart from this one said this and this one done that, and you know, yeah, it does. It gets tedious as fuck, Ken. It really does. I'll be honest, and as I say, it's everybody's choices what they watch. I just think it's just a dumbing down in the people's minds. This constant arguing with each other. You know what I mean? Aye, we live in a fucking society where we don't need to agree with everybody, man. But there doesn't need to be this con people nonsense and all that. But there's a lot of dark stuff going on here, guys. A hell of a lot of dark stuff and behind the scenes. Which I don't agree with. But as I say, as the big man said, darkness will all come to the light. And that's the way I think it should go. But hey ho. You still on, Gav? Here, mate, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're feeling well today, mate. I hope you're doing well. I watched that game last night. Alicia Hen, you know, you're probably kind of similar to myself then, man. You know, it's all right getting involved. Right, listen, please don't take this the wrong way, Alicia, but you and your sister are totally polar opposites to each other, you know? Now, totally, because I can see the difference in both of these. You're a certain way, and Amanda's a certain way, you know what I mean? And this isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying that you kind of formulate towards, let's say, quieter bits, you know, you don't want all the arguing that. And Amanda doesn't either. But this is what this place brings to you, you know what I mean? You can either get one or the other, and it's very... Oh, you definitely are, Alicia. Now, please understand, I wasn't trying to be cheeky or anything like that there, pal. I'm just saying what I see, you know what I mean? You can tell that you're a mayor. Private's a strong word, but I think you like a lot more, not quieter, but you like to have a wee talk, and your sister is at home with people trying to attack her, you know what I mean? She's like, right, fuck yous, you know what I mean? I'm not saying you can't do that either, because I'm more than sure you stand up for yourself, pal. But, it's... Yeah, there does need to be something else, you know, or people just sit and be quiet, and then they just sit and watch all the BS, you know. As I say, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, I genuinely don't believe, like Northern King, I genuinely don't believe that's the way Northern King wants his lives to go. How we doing, River Mac, pal? And I think it's an organic thing that happens, and it's just the people that comes in helps it go that way, if you know what I mean. I don't know, who am I? You know what I mean? That's just an opinion. But see, trying to, what I've noticed in here is people, they try different organic things on their channels, but tend to just go back to what they know and what them's got to. Alicia, mate, honestly, it's like me and my brother. Me and my brothers just started coming on here. He's Sammy Hamburgers. He's more cheeky than me. You know what I mean? He can be quite cheeky, but it's off a place, having a laugh. Doesn't use any of that mucky talk, you know, or anything like that. It's just the case he likes a laugh. You'll never hear the N-word out of his mouth. You'll never goes in on mothers and kids and all that, man. It's just about you as a person. If he sees something, then he'll have a joke with you about it. And he isn't. He is more than happy for people to fire in, you know. And that's the way it should be. That's what I think Lowstone here, Alicia. That's what I genuinely think Lowstone here. People are not big enough to actually have a laugh at themselves. You know, people think too much of the people. What word am I trying to use here? They are so, what could I say? Their heads are up their own ass most of the time, and they think they're more important. What they are. There's Lamborghini. Rather than just stop being so full of your own self-importance and take it easy, man. And listen, it's one of the best things I learned today was laugh at my own shit. You know? And I was one of the most fucking uptight, angry people you'd ever meet in your life. Ever. But I changed. Because if I didn't change, how we doing, Brady? I had to change, because if I didn't change, I probably wouldn't be here. I would probably either be dead with a heart attack or an aneurysm of some sort, or I would be locked up at His Majesty's service. And I choose the latter, you know. See, I done a thing. I didn't do what any normal person does. I was quite academic at school. I done really well at school, but due to my father, not really. Well, my father was about, but it was basically me, my mum, and my brother in the house. My mum had to work like fucking 3-4 jobs a week just to get the amenities that we needed. So anything I wanted, I had to provide myself, you know. So it was a working family, you know. I had all to work, and I sacrificed my, what you would call, academic career for manual labour, and I ended up getting an apprenticeship through it. You know, I ended up becoming a structural steel engineer. You know, I ended up becoming a plater. I ended up learning all these different skills. But now I'm at a point where now I'm, you know, I earn enough to keep my family healthy, their bellies full. They've got everything they need, clothes and that. Now I'm thinking, well, maybe it's time I actually started looking back onto the academic thing. And I have started doing that, guys. Lammy knows this. Do you know something? That's something I was going to wait till later on to speak about, Brady. Was this digital ID shit. I hope the country can come together, because that's what this is all. This is what all this immigration or not has been about for the start. That's what it's all been about. It's been a lesser problem. Well, this might sound kind of cheeky, but this was the reason to bring it in. They had to have a reason to make themselves look like they have done something to the problem that they caused. And yes, we'll get digital ID, then everybody who comes in, we will know everything about them. No. That's, as I say, and I'll continue to say it, it's been a coup on the British people. And it still stands to this day, and it's a continuous coup on the British people. Not even just the British people, the world. You know, it's just a coup. Oh, there's Lamophobia. How we doing, buddy?
What's happening, champ?
Not much, mate. It's good to see you. Listen, I was on Monks there, man. I was just watching wee Monk for a wee while, and I was like, you know what? Fuck, I'm going to stick it up for her now.
He's a hard watch, isn't he?
You know something, Lammy? I've actually started enjoying Monk a lot more.
Well, that's when you fucked it, mate. It's got you, isn't
it? No, because there were a while, you know, there were certain members he's chatting that.
I'm always going alright with Monkey.
Okay. Aye, no, Monk's brand new, man. Monk's brand new. It's just sometimes I like the way he's taking his channel now. You know, I've never really had a bad word to think it to even say about the guy. You know what I mean? He's never done.
He's a plonker, but he's a good one.
He's a good plonker. No, but I'll tell you one thing, mate. See the other night there, that question he came out with, and he said he sang with. I was dumbfucked with that, because that told me, you know what I mean? It seems to me that he's looking for something, you know what I mean? Are you there?
I saw it.
You're fucking murder, Richard. take it easy rolling a joint, guys. No, we'll see you later on. I'm going to do a live later on, maybe about 7, half 7, and we can get into this digital ID. You can have your say in that, and what way we could go with it, and what it's going to do, you know, and well, I know it's got to be as soon as the digital ID gets brought in, the digital currency is right after it. I actually genuinely thought the digital currency would be before the ID. But here we go. Just constant, innit? Just constant, guys, man. Just constant attacks on us. And it's made out as if we're all what's all needed. And yes, Brady. See, I'm Scottish as well, Brady. See, I love Scotland, but I've got a massive Northern Irish family, massive, all over Northern Ireland, and I spent a lot of my early years in Northern Ireland. So like my family's got me to, I would probably say I'm a 50-50. You know, I see myself as Scottish and Northern Irish because of I love the culture. I love the people. I love what they stand for. And a lot of people, a lot of Scottish people might not agree with what I'm going to say, but guys, I'm going to need to end this now.